Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Mike Fussell here with your latest local sports action. A lot of athletes were taking the holiday weekend off, but some did still get out to play. The Lady Nanoks basketball team was eyeing the North Star Invitational Championship earlier this afternoon. Alaska met up with Northwood University at the Patty Center, coming off of 2 tournament wins. The Nooks pushed hard early on with Stephanie Thompson coming up with big defensive plays. Jaylee Mays found the basket from outside the perimeter several times as well, but it was Jordan Wilson who came out with the majority of points for Alaska in the first half. She had 13 with 4 rebounds and 2 steals. By the end of the third, Northwood U would extend their lead to 63-49, but Alaska would start biting at their heels with 4.5 minutes left, shrinking the deficit to just 4. Their momentum didn't last long enough, though, as Alaska falls to Northwood 90-78. UAF walks away from the tournament in second place with one of their best finishes since 2013. And the Nanook men's basketball team was also in action earlier today. They were on the road taking on the Dominican University of California. Alaska went into the game 4th in GNAC standings with an overall record of 4-1. The lone loss for the Nanooks came last night against Dixie State with a score of 71-58. So today they were looking for redemption. The Nooks fought out hard leading up to halftime. At the break, they were just 7 points behind at 37-30. They would start to close the gap, coming out in full force during the second half. A Brandon Davis three-pointer helped bring UAF just a point behind DU at 51-50 midway through the final frame. Alaska would fall back slightly, but Trevante Williams would grab a bucket from outside the arc with 22 seconds left in the game. That edged the Nooks back to just a point under Dominican at 70-69. They couldn't keep it up, though, and they lose 74-69. And the Alaska Nanoks hockey team was back in town last night after a multi-week road trip. UAF faced off against number 19 Michigan Tech at the Carlson Center. The KTVF sports team was there and files this report.
It was all about the energy Friday night on the ice between the Nanooks and the Huskies. Michigan Tech had it, and Alaska came out a bit quieter. MTU grabbed goals in both the first and second periods, the latter off of a power play thanks to Husky Tyler Heinonen. The Nanooks offense found limited opportunities and was ultimately outshot 31-16 as the game clock ticked down to 0. Shutting down that production is something Michigan Tech defensemen knew they needed to do.
I mean, we know that they're all offense and they're a great team. They work the puck really well. We wanted to really focus on our defensive play tonight. Thought we blocked some crucial shots tonight. I think we got to stay on the ice a little bit more, a little too many penalties, but I think it's going to be a good game tomorrow.
In the third period, Malcolm Gold would extend the Husky lead to 3-0 at about 9 minutes into play. Chad Staley would answer back for Alaska with his first career goal, but it was not enough to keep pace with Michigan Tech. They scored one more with around 2 minutes left to play and skate away from the final frame with a 4-1 victory. Alaska head coach Dallas Ferguson says he anticipated that team energy might be on low supply.
It was probably a concern of mine coming into the weekend. Just tonight primarily is just the energy level. Sometimes after that 2-week trip, I've been on enough of them that sometimes you wonder what the energy is going to be like just getting acclimated to being home. So I think that was something that we fought most of the night, you know, and they played a good game. Michigan Tech played fast and they moved the puck, and they never really give us an opportunity to jump back into it until maybe close to the end of the third. So give them credit.
And that's something Nanook Nolan Huntsman says was realized on the ice.
The energy level was obviously a little low tonight. I think we struggled to keep pucks going down low. I think they broke plays up way too easily. We were a little too soft tonight. And I think, but I mean, you know, they did a good job down low too. I mean, they didn't give us a whole lot. You'd have the puck behind the net, below the goal line, and there'd be 2-3 guys on you right away. And yeah, I mean, we didn't generate a lot, and they didn't. I mean, sometimes they didn't give us a lot.
Alaska drops to 4-7-2 after the Friday night loss to number 19 Michigan Tech.
All right, and that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. Katie Looper has your full weather forecast coming up next. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next weekend.